Giving honor to God who's the head of my life. Giving honor to my pastor and co-pastor, McGowan. Giving honor to Pastor Phillips. Amen. Co-pastor Phillips. Amen. Amen. I will be coming from 2 Corinthians 6 and 2. It says, for he says, at the acceptable time, I listened to you. And on the day of salvation, I helped you. Behold, now the acceptable time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. My topic is cancel the later and give God your now. In this scripture, Apostle Paul was speaking to the church of Corinth about wasting time and letting them know that now is the time to listen. This is the day to be helped. Don't frustrate God by putting his kingdom business off until later. All right, sir. Because later may never come. Come on. Paul urged them to give their whole selves to God today. In this season, we as young people, particularly in my generation, we love to put things off later instead of doing and getting things done now. I can relate to desire to put everything later instead of doing it now, because in my house, we have obligated daily chores, and if they're not done in excellence or in a timely fashion, there's trouble in paradise. Particularly my mama, when she tells you to do something now, she means just do that now, because later is unacceptable. This is how God is towards us. When he gives us instructions for the now, he means right now. And later is unacceptable. All right, sir. So go ahead and cancel the later and give God your now. According to Google, the word later is defined as a comparative of late, improper use of time, or after delay. We all can relate to improper use of time because we live and act like time is forever, but in reality, we don't have the time we think we have, because time is just of the essence. Yes, sir. The word now is defined as the present time or moment, up to moment upon which we are supposed to be doing in this life. It's seizing the precious moments that God allowed us to experience. God is trying to advance his kingdom through us young people now, but we keep putting off the advancement of his kingdom for later. Yes, cancel the later and give God your now. In 1962, there was a candy invented called the Now and Laters that my Aunt Angela is passing out. Please do not eat the candy in the church. I believe the candy was called Now and Laters. Everyone enjoyed this sweet and sour candy. Yes. Their old slogan was eat some now and have some for later. The makers of this candy gave the people options to enjoy the candy now or enjoy the candy later. Yeah. It didn't matter when you actually had eaten the candy, but it was guaranteed that you would enjoy. How nice of us to give us that option. Unfortunately, God doesn't give us options like that to enjoy. He doesn't give us options to continue sinning and get delivered or stop doing wrong later. Come on. Romans 6:1 says, so what do? Keep on sinning so God can keep on forgiving? I should hope not. That the only option God has given us right now is holiness or hell. As youth and the future church, we should be giving God our all. We should be getting lit for Christ. We put off the living victorious lifestyle in God because of the desire of the wrong kind of being lit. And one thing about it is that God didn't lie to us about being lit, because there's nothing more than being lit like the lake of fire. It's full of fire and brimstone. Where's all the young people that lit for Christ at? God wants us to say yes to him now while we are still young. He calls us young because we are strong. Take it, work with it, boy. Don't wait until you are without strength and can no longer serve him physically to say yes to God. Joshua 24 through 14 through 15 says, now therefore fear the Lord, serve him in serenity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the river and in Egypt. Serve the Lord, and if it seems evil to serve the Lord, choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. Now look at your neighbor and say, today, cancel your later and choose God today. God has placed a mandate on our generation to execute holiness and purity and excellence.
Yes, sir.
In 1 Timothy 4:12 verses 12 through 14 says, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, meaning watch what you say, and conduct is saying, meaning watch how you act, and in love and in faith and purity. Until I come, devote yourself to the public reading of the scripture, to the preaching and to the teaching. That means focus on the word and the word of God only. Do not neglect your gift, which was given to you through prophecy, when the body of elders laid their hands on you. Our leaders, pastors, bishops, apostles, and elders have laid hands on us numerous of times, and it's time to see a manifestation of the real deliverance in us now. The devil is trying to wipe out the generation. He's trying to kill out the entire generation, but the devil is a liar. We shall walk in complete deliverance. God is calling us off of Instagram. God is calling us off of Facebook. He's calling us off of Snapchat and all forms of social media. And He's calling us to represent Him now. Because we are too busy texting and in areas we don't have any business being. He's here when He calls our name. You got to dare yourself to be different and be an example for Christ. Stop wasting precious time that you can't redeem and just tell God yes. I stopped by here today to tell somebody to cancel your later and give God your now. It's time to start talking right. It's time to start acting right. It's time that we start living right and obeying our parents. It's time to do our chores without being asked. It's time to cancel the late praise. It's time to cancel the late worship and give God a now worship. Now look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, it's now the time that you yield to God and give Him a complete yes. No more putting God on the back burner, and no more say, wait God, not now. No more I will, Lord, but after I finish doing me. But God is delivering us then as soon as I push and you have to say, I'm stepping out of the box. And when you step out of the box, God is going to deliver you. Say yes. And as soon as you say, I'll obey, and as soon as you give God a yes, it's time to cancel your later and give God your now. Just tell God yes right now and help Him advance His kingdom now and through you. If you die now, you won't have to die no more. If you call on the later,